Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the Versatility Podcast YouTube channel. I am here to make another tier list video. Today's tier list video, I'm going to be doing MLB teams, but I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. I'm basically going to be making my playoff predictions, which teams I think are top 5 in the MLB right now, and just going over some playoff teams that I think will make it. So, of course, it's going to be, 6 teams in each conference, or each league, obviously, that makes the playoffs is the top 6 teams in the AL and in the NL. So, basically, I'm just going to be doing top 6 in the National League and in the American League, obviously. And, yeah. And, honestly, obviously for the teams that I don't think are going to make the playoffs, which, we'll get to as well, kind of talk about, kind of going over which teams are just, in the hunt, kind of, looking in for the postseason, no playoffs. And then the third category will be just miss the playoffs. Just miss the playoffs. Like they were, very close, but they didn't make it. Missed the cut, basically. Missed the cut. All right, so let's start off with the teams that absolutely I think are just, no doubt about it, they're not a playoff team. The Chicago White Sox, the worst team in baseball. Let's not even, no doubt about it. The Miami Marlins, absolute dog shit. No playoffs this year. The Colorado Rockies, no playoffs this year. Again, dog shit. The Oakland A's, not as bad as they were last year, but still not a great team. No playoffs. We're going to also put the Washington Nationals. They're just not there. They have a young squad and they're, very nice and this and that, but not a good team enough for a postseason spot at the moment. So, yeah, we're not even going to put them there. I believe the Angels. Angels, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No playoffs at all. It's basically count these teams. None of these 6 teams will make a run here. While I feel like all these other teams are definitely postseason teams, or at least teams that would just barely miss the cut. So let's just kind of go with the American League. We'll start with the American League first. So we're going to talk about the top 6 teams in the American League. The team that I think that are going to be in the top 6, I think the Yankees are going to squeak out and win the AL East over the Baltimore Orioles. Right now, the Orioles are basically just neck and neck with the Yankees for first. But I think the Yankees might have it by like 1 or 2 games by the end of the season. So obviously by the end of this month of September, I think it will be the Yankees. Again, the Orioles can get there. It's that fucking close. So I think I'm going to put the Yankees absolutely to win the division. But the Orioles are just right there. To win the AL Central, again, it's kind of close because we have the Guardians, we have the Tigers, we have the Royals. We have these 3 teams just kind of, just lingering here. And the Twins. I mean, not even the Tigers. The Tigers are kind of there, but they're not above right now Cleveland or Minnesota or even Kansas City. So yeah, they're, I'm gonna just put the Tigers in the miss the cut. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they're just, there's 3 teams in the division that are already still heavy contenders for the division, but the Tigers I think are just not that great. Again, they'll miss the cut. I think they're still in playoff contention, but absolutely not. But coming out of the AL Central, who would I have winning the division? I think I had the Guardians win it in the beginning of the season, but now I don't know. I feel like I might give it. I don't know. I think right now the Guardians are still number 1, yeah, and then it's the Twins and the Royals. I think I'm going to still give it to the Guardians. So, you know what? I'll give the Guardians that edge there. I think they're still going to win the AL Central. But honestly, man, Kansas City and Minnesota are right there. They're catching up with them, absolutely. And then to win the AL West, I unfortunately have to put the Houston Astros, y'all. The Seattle Mariners have made a good push, but it's just not. The Astros are just too good, man. They're just way too good. So those are my top three teams. Those are the division winners in the American League, of course, with the AL East with going to the Yankees, the AL Central going to the Guardians, and the AL West going to the Astros. Now, in the National League, I got the Phillies winning the NL East over the Braves, over the Mets. I think they're also, playing good baseball. And right now, whether I would have to put them in the playoffs right now, yes or no, we'll see. In the NL Central, it's a bit tough, because we have the Brewers, we have the Cardinal. I am just kidding. It's literally the Brewers. The Brewers are winning that NL Central, no doubt about it. The Cardinals, Cubs, and Reds, and even the Pirates. By the way, we're gonna just put the Pirates here. By the way, too, I think they're still technically not out of here, but they're a little far gone, man. I don't know if they even really have a chance here. I don't think they'll just barely miss the playoffs because their record is not great. But they are better than all these teams above here, so I'll give them the pass there. But still, the Cubs, Reds, even though they're above the Pirates, I don't know if they're gonna really catch up with the Brewers. And then the NL West, it is getting closer and closer. But right now the Dodgers are leading it, but the Padres and the Diamondbacks are also on their necks. But I think the Dodgers will take it. I think the Dodgers will take the NL West division once again. No surprise about it. I think they're gonna end up taking that division again. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I feel the Diamondbacks and the Padres are red hot, so they could catch up at any point, but we'll see. So yeah. So now let's talk about other teams that I think are gonna miss the cut or may not make the playoffs. I think the Orioles are also locked in for a playoff spot. I think they really have a good chance here. I think the Blue Jays are going to miss the playoffs. I think they're going to be a little bit closer to contention. Actually, no, they're going to miss the playoffs. The record right now is what? They're like at they're 67 and 72. If I'm putting the Blue Jays here, might as well put the Rays here too. Like, missing the cut is like you fall short and you were like there in the playoff hunt until like the last week. But the Blue Jays and Rays, they're like 5 games below 500. I don't really think by the last week they're still going to be in heavy contention. I feel like in a couple weeks, by like September 20-something, they're eliminated from the playoffs. So I don't know. I don't think they'll survive till that last week for a playoff spot. I think the Tigers might be a team that might make the cut. Same with the Twins. I don't know. I think the Twins might miss the cut, and I think maybe the Royals will take it. Will the Royals surpass the Twins? Maybe. I might have to give it to the Royals. I don't know. The Twins' offense looks pretty good, but I don't know. I'm going to put the Giants also missing the playoffs. I don't know if they'll really have a good shot here. The Red Sox, I'll also kind of put them there too. There's not much to say there. Yeah, and same with the Rangers. I'm sorry, but the Rangers, I don't know. They're not coming out of that AL Central. Or not the AL Central, the AL West. Especially over Houston or even over Seattle. So, yeah. So, Texas, unfortunately, they're not going to make the playoffs. You know what? Or should I put them and miss the cut? Do I think they're going to be in contention, or are they going to be out in just a couple pretty soon? Sooner than later. I think I'll put them and miss the cut. They're still not going to make the playoffs. Again, these top 12 teams make the playoffs. The rest, obviously, they don't. So obviously I have 4 more spots to fill up for the playoffs. So I have 8 teams left. Which of these final 8 teams I think got going in the playoffs? The Mariners. I really could see them going through it. Let's look at the American League. All these other teams are National League teams, right? Wait, yeah. I have to put the Mariners, yeah. Because all these other teams are National League teams. Yeah. So it would have to be okay, Guardians will win it, the Yankees, the Astros, the Orioles, the Royals, and the Mariners. But the Twins can also make it too. The Twins, I'm kind of conflicted too right now, man. Yeah, I think the Royals might make it over the Twins, and then the Mariners, I think, are going to take it too. So that's that for the American League. Maybe the Orioles, I think, will put like the Royals at like the 6th spot and then the Mariners at 5. Okay. Now, we have 7 teams in the National League here, and I gotta have to put 3 of them. 3 of them have to get the spot. The Cardinals, you're going to miss it. I think you're going to miss the cut. I think they're going to still be in good contention, but I think they're going to miss the cut. The Reds, I also they're not making it. The Reds, I don't think they're going to make it. The Cubs, actually, no. I'm going to put the Cardinals in no playoffs, and the Cubs are going to miss the cut too. Yeah. We're going to lock in the Mets. We're going to lock in the Mets. I think they're going to be a playoff team, unfortunately. Hate to say it. But wait, actually, no. I would have to put the Braves there too. I would have to put the Braves there. Well, the Braves, are they good? The Braves are in 2nd place right now in the National League. But the Mets and the Braves are just neck and neck though. Who I think is gonna come out on top? To be honest with you, I would kind of prefer. I'm gonna pick the Braves. I think the Mets are because between the Diamondbacks and the Padres, I think both of these teams are gonna make it. Nope, sorry Mets. Mets, you're gonna miss it. Padres, Diamondbacks, I think you're gonna get it. Maybe you're gonna get like that last spot. I think the Diamondbacks are gonna get that 4th spot. Maybe the Braves 5th, Padres 6th. No, yeah, I think the Mets are gonna barely miss it. I don't know. The Braves, because the Braves are not too far off. They're just like a half a game behind, at least right now as of recording, September 3rd. I think this is how it's gonna go. Yeah, so the top 6 teams in the American League, we got the Yankees, Guardians, Astros, Orioles, Mariners, and Royals. And then in the National League, we got the Phillies, Brewers, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Padres, and Braves. And then all these other teams, these teams, I think we should say goodbye to their chances. And these teams, I think, are going to maybe till the last week, they'll find a push, try to make it, but they're just going to miss the cut, and they're not going to make it to the playoffs, unfortunately. So that is that. A quick little video tier list, for teams that I think are going to make. I mean, these are my playoff teams. So once we get closer to the playoffs, I will obviously be making my official playoff predictions. And then that will be that. We'll move on with that. Of course, follow the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Subscribe, like the video, comment down below. What's your favorite team? Which team are you going to be supporting in the playoffs? If your team isn't in the playoffs, unfortunately, if you're a fan of any of these teams, I'm a Marlins fan, but I'm also a Phillies fan since I'm from Miami, but I lived in Philly for a while, so obviously I have a good correlation, close connection with both teams. But the Phillies, I'm hoping they can make it far once again, make it to the World Series. Hopefully they can win it all. We'll see. But the Marlins, don't expect much from them. But that is that. See you guys in a bit. Take care. Peace out.